their way to the ring from Timmins, New Mexico, weighing in 456 pounds, the team of textbook Tyson Dukes and El Tornado, TNT.
Oh boy, this is going to be a tremendous match. We get TNT, Tyson Dukes and El Tornado taking on the Suicide Kids. This is a match that has been building for 5 months. These teams have been battling every night. They have been taking it out on each other, and so far the Suicide Kids have just not been able to get an upper hand. Is tonight their night, Bob?
Dave, this feud has been going on, as you said, for several months now. I don't know. The Suicide Kids have not had their luck. At some point, TNT is just going to say, you know what, we're done with you guys. We're through. You can't beat us. We're going on to bigger and better things.
Well, you look at how this whole feud began. They were friends. The Suicide Kids were students of TNT, and they built up a long-lasting relationship. And then it was just one of those things where it seemed like the guys like Tyson Dukes and El Tornado just seemed like they were almost jealous of the fact that the Suicide Kids were becoming bigger and better than they were, and that they turned on them. Let's be honest, they turned on the Suicide Kids, left them laying bloody, and so far it's been the feud of the year here for Blood, Sweat, and Ears. And this match is going to be it's going to be a barn burner tonight, Bob. I'm really looking forward to this one.
By all means, and you know, with 1,500 people in attendance tonight, over 1,500, that TNT are not going to let themselves get knocked around by guys who, frankly, they think they've mentored. You know, I was talking to Tyson beforehand, and he said that they taught the Suicide Kids everything that the Suicide Kids know, but not what TNT knows.
So there's a few tricks left in the bag is what you're trying to say for TNT.
Yeah, those guys are wildly veterans. They've been everywhere in this business. They've been quite the veterans on the Ontario indie scene, and they're looking really to get some deals with international companies, and then I'll get these two youngsters, take them down.
Well, the mean streak is definitely there for TNT. It was, you know, they were fun-loving guys having a good time with the Suicide Kids, and really seemed to really be enjoying the relationship that they'd built over the years. And the next thing you know, they just snapped. They just snapped. And I don't know whose influence it was. Textbook Tyson Dukes seems to be a handler for El Tornado, who is just a loose cannon in there as well. And Dukes really is going to spearhead this team, I believe. And wow, let's see if the Suicide Kids are going to be able to get the upper hand and get the victory that they've been trying to get for 5 months against TNT.
Well, TNT, they're tired of being seen as clowns. Tyson said he's putting the dancing behind him. He wants to go in there and show these kids what wrestling is all about, what they can do in the ring. And frankly, I like to see a little bit of this aggressive edge in these two.
This match has not officially began yet, as we seem to be having a bit of a problem getting TNT into the ring. Maybe a little hesitant to take on the Suicide Kids. We do have over 1,500 people in attendance, and they will be solely behind the Suicide Kids.
And you can see Tyson getting a little phased by the fans already. Wow, what a vocal crowd. They have not stopped cheering, Dave, since the beginning of the night.
No, absolutely not. And it's very entertaining to see a crowd like this in Timmins who are just so starved and hungry to see a great wrestling show. And we're so glad that we're able to bring Blood, Sweat, and Ears to the big, great city of Timmins. And, you know, it's interesting when you talk about the crowd and you look at what we get in Mississauga, the home base for Blood, Sweat, and Ears. You see a different kind of crowd, more of a, well, pardon the pun, but a bloodthirsty crowd, a crowd that's really waiting to see some violence and some injuries is really what they're waiting for. You come to Timmins and they want a wrestling show. They want to see the good guy, the bad guy. They want to see a brawl. They want to see people happy.
Well, this is going to be unlike anything else. The heat that these two teams have with one another, the history behind them, this is going to be unlike any other match tonight, but it's still going to be just a damn good match.
Well, this has a 60-minute time limit on this match, as now we get the official lockup to begin this match. Cody 45 in the ring now with Tyson Dukes. A big arm wrench now for Cody 45. Tyson Dukes, who knows a hold for every other hold and a counter hold for every other counter hold that there is in the books. And great work for Tyson Dukes now holding down Cody 45 with another arm bar. Cody now able to springboard out of it. And a kip-up move, and he holds him down to an armbar of his own. Tyson able to reverse it again. Fireman's carry into another armbar.
Tyson well schooled in mat wrestling, and he's got Cody wrenching in that arm.
A head scissor takedown.
Cody gets out of that with a really interesting leg scissors.
Yeah, trying to apply the pressure here for a quick submission. Tyson now a little frustrated with the positioning.
Tyson talking to get out of there.
Crowd's really getting on the case of TNT.
He knows if Cody can lock in, squeeze on, clamp on that whole little, he got a little more. Otherwise, Tyson could have been choked out there, passed out there.
Well, the great thing, Timmins fans have been long awaiting the debut of Blood, Sweat, and Tears, and they've been following what's going on, and they know that there's a lot riding on this match, especially for the Suicide Kids, who have everything to prove and nothing to lose. Really, they're going to throw everything they've got. And oh my God!
I knew that was going to come. I knew that Dukes was baiting him in with some mat wrestling just to throw in a shot like that.
Oh, and a big right hand of his own. Cody 45 sends Tyson Dukes down to the mat. And an arm bar now for Cody. Back working on that left arm. Tyson Dukes able to reverse it back into an arm bar of his own. Sets him up with an Irish whip. Cody 45 off the ropes. Goes Tyson. Leapfrog. Cody now tries to leapfrog again, but he's caught midair by Tyson Dukes. Up on the shoulders. What is this now? Oh, he rolled out into an arm drag. Cody 45 with a leg sweep taken down.
Well, I'm
Tyson Dukes. Look at this.
Really surprised at how Cody has been able to keep Tyson out of his game. I thought that Tyson would have the advantage if it were to stay on the ground, if it were to stay mat-based, but Cody's giving as good as he can get.
Oh, working on the arm. He is a veteran. He's meticulous. Tyson Dukes will pick a body part and just rip it to shreds. And it seems like so far in this match, he's decided to work on that arm of Cody 45 as he tosses him, whips him to the outside through the ropes. And there's that mean streak of Tyson Dukes, who was just a few months back one of the biggest fan favorites in Blood, Sweat, and Tears. The Dukes dance, it was so popular. And now to the outside, you see that mean streak. And is this a good thing for TNT to turn the way that they have? Oh my God, sorting her up and throwing the body, taking it all caution and tossing it to the wind. Cody 45 takes out Tyson Dukes.
Yeah, it's those types of moves that are going to give a Cody 45 and Extremo an advantage here. Is their reckless endangerment. They don't care about their own bodies as long as they can take out Dukes and Tornado.
I'm going to get back to the point. Do you like to see, are you enjoying the turn for TNT? Do you like to see where they're going with this more aggressive and dangerous, angry style?
I think it's necessary. I think it was necessary for them. These guys are being seen by the fans as kind of a joke team. And these guys have invested too much in their careers over these past few years to be seen that way. They're serious, and they want to show the world what they can do.
Tyson Dukes is now tagged in. The unorthodox is one way to describe him. He's a talented man, but he's very off the wall. You don't know how to trust this guy.
Just
Tornado.
Just plain nuts. Don't beat around the bush, Dave. Tornado is crazy. He wants to hurt people.
He absolutely does. He loves a good fight, and a fight he's going to get tonight from the Suicide Kids. Cody's in a bad place. He needs to make a tag to Extremo, who we've yet to see officially in this match. Oh my goodness, elbow to the head of Cody 45.
So methodical. This is where the wily veteran experience of Tornado comes in, is he can start picking apart guys, knows what hurts people.
Dukes now with Tornado. Working on top of Cody 45, and a huge chop to the chest by the crazy man, El Tornado, tossing him into the ropes. Misses a clothesline. Cody, oh my goodness, see that? Two fists right to the jugular area.
Double thrust right to the throat, and now he's stepping on his head.
And not endearing himself to the crowd at all. Extremo very anxious to get in this match.
Yeah, Dukes and Tornado have so much experience as a team. They know how to keep their how to keep their opponents away from one another, how to prevent the tag from being made. Because if Extremo gets in, he's fresh right now, and he'd be a ball of fire just seeing what they're doing to his partner.
Tyson now with a whip into the buckle. Cody 45 goes hard in the back, but able to move out of the way. Going up sky high. Huge drop kick.
Well, and he needed that. He needed to hit that move to get out of there, and wow, he tags in Extremo.
And look at this now. Big kick to the chest. Extremo. Oh my goodness. The 1, 2.
Almost got the 3. Extremo, a ball of fire with that corkscrew plancha or springboard plancha.
Oh, very unorthodox style from Extremo, but look at this. Taking over where Cody 45 was working in the beginning of the match on the arm of Tyson Dukes. And that's one thing, too. You got to appreciate the Suicide Kids who have been watching, who have been learning from TNT. And you know that every lesson was taken in. And you know that every lesson was well observed. And they know how to work against TNT. That little bit extra that they have just could be the advantage over the Suicide Kids. And waiting to see if they're able to finally get the big victory over their former mentors and now their bitter enemies. A tornado with a chop to the chest of Extremo sends him into the ropes. Big tilt-a-whirl. Look at this. Into an arm drag. Takes him over. Extremo now with another arm drag. Takes down Tornado. Looks to pin him now. 1, 2. Like a backslide style.
Tornado just able to roll over and get out of that predicament. You know what I am impressed by, Dave? I thought that the kids would come in here and start high-flying all over, start hot-shotting all over, but they've been really good about keeping it to the mat. I thought they would just be out there throwing their bodies around and probably lose in the process if they do that. But they've learned from these guys. They've learned from TNT. They're playing a mat game, and they're holding their own.
They're doing very well up to this point in the match. Extremo now tags in Cody 45. I think we saw a tag. Extremo still in the ring. Maybe we didn't. Extremo now flows over, and I guess he's still the legal man in the cover. 1, 2. Tornado just able to kick out. And now back at the arm, and you're so right about the mat-based style. And you think maybe that's a theory for the Suicide Kids, that they take this thing to the mat, because TNT really isn't expecting that from these guys, and maybe perhaps they're going to beat them at their own game, and that would be the feather in the cap that the Suicide Kids are looking for.
Well, it's a maturity that they're showing that I didn't think they had it in them, but you know what, 5 months later, after first taking the knowledge and then 2, being in the ring against these guys, they might have learned something. I'm actually impressed by what they're doing here, although it doesn't seem that Extremo is in the best situations right about now, trapped in the corner between these two guys.
Well, with everything going on in Blood, Sweat, and Tears and the feuds that have begun and have built up, this is really the one that has taken the most time and has really invested the most emotion. The fans are really, really waiting to see the Suicide Kids try their best to get a victory, and really I just don't know if it's ever going to happen, but they have got the ball of fire in their hand now as Extremo with the chops looking to take out Tyson Dukes, but a boot to the midsection cuts him off halfway, sending Extremo back down to the mat.
Tyson just clubbing blows to the back took Extremo down, and just the methodical approach that Dukes has, I just love it, Dave. You remember back in the day when he was teaming with Jack Damage, and he was doing the dances and playing to the crowd, and now he's so serious, he's so focused on what he wants to do, and wow, the change of attitude you asked before, I think it's great for Tyson Dukes.
Oh, absolutely. And you got like El Tornado, you got to understand and appreciate that their kung fu is excellent, and they'll bring that into the match every so often, and you see Extremo brings himself back up to the apron. TNT now playing to the crowd, and they thought, wow, Extremo sort of caught him by surprise. You didn't expect to see him up on the apron there.
Well, he was very lucky that he caught himself. If he would have hit the ground, it could have been over.
And look at that, takes Tornado down to the mat. Extremo looking for a quick cover now. 1, 2. Oh, not quite enough to hold down Tornado. 1. I don't know, just holding him down. 1, 2. Just able to get that, barely, the shoulders barely off the mat. 1, 2.
And Tornado, look at that bridge he's got right now. He's trying to do anything to avoid getting that pin.
He knows what he's doing in that ring as well. Look at this, bringing the power. A boot to the midsection.
And that's where Tornado has the advantage. The kids are strong, but Tornado's just got the power over them.
When you're comparing a tail to the tape kind of thing, you got to give the advantage in. There's a quick 2 count now, not able to hold him down, but you got to give the power advantage to TNT. You got to give the high flying technique advantage to the Suicide Kids, and then you got to wonder who's going to take the win and how they're going to do it in this match.
Well, I don't know. I think the experience of Tornado and Dukes are going to be what takes them over. The inexperience and you know the youth of Extremo Cody 45. I think experience is the key.
Look at this, able to hold that finger lock. Trying to hold down Tornado, not able to do it so far. Going to test his strength at this point. And another knee to the midsection. Oh, down onto the knee. In the lower back area of Extremo. He's in a bad place now, finally breaking up the hand lock. Tornado now makes the tag, and back in comes textbook Tyson Dukes.
And he's just measuring.
Oh, look at this, a scoop. And down onto the knee again, working on that lower back of Extremo.
Wow.
Trying to ground the high flyer.
Dave, I can't imagine how painful that is. And you know what? When you're a high flyer like Extremo and you take a pounding like that in your back, it's gonna ground you. You might lose that advantage.
It's going to make it hard for him to climb up to the top rope, that's for sure.
Oh,
Tyson Dukes now using everything he's got to slam down Extremo really hard to the mat.
Yeah, reinforcing the damage on that back with that big slam.
Dukes now looking for a suplex. Blocked by Extremo. Small package, roll up, 1, 2. Oh my goodness. Extremo now almost with the victory. Look at this, he rolls up Tyson again. 1, 2. Oh boy.
What a never say die attitude on Extremo, but he, all the fancy rolls, he just got punched right in the mouth.
Oh boy, look at this. The scoop now. Holding a big sidewalk slam. Tyson Dukes takes down Extremo to the mat.
Putting more punishment on that already hurt back.
My, oh my, the upcoming stars. Oh, look at this now. Tyson Dukes just holding Extremo. Nowhere to go for him.
Oh, and
waiting to
mocking.
wrench back. Oh, look at this. Oh, very unique submission hold now. Tyson Dukes waiting for Extremo to give up. This could be it. Extremo now shoving elbows into the side of the head of Dukes, just able to break up that submission hold as he makes the tag now.
Well, he bent him back, had that back arch in a very unpleasant looking way, and Tornado comes in to continue the punishment.
A big choke now. When you talk about the future of BSE, you got to talk about guys like the Suicide Kids making an impact all over the province and all over the country. And look at this now, as Extremo lifts up a Hurricane Rana into a roll-up cover. 1, 2. He was only able to hook one leg, and that could have been close.
I thought he got in there. Wow, Extremo had a short burst of energy, but wow, he got planted with a boot to the face.
Oh, the future of this company weighing on the shoulders of guys like the Suicide Kids, guys like Angel Deguerra, Ash, Cobra Kai. The future of this company looks bright. Blood, sweat, and tears in 2006, 2007. And then you got these wily veterans. Look at this now. Tyson Dukes back in control. Behind the referee's back now. Using the rope to the advantage now. Referee's got to get that 5 count, break that up.
And just smart moves, just working over the back and the shoulders. Extremo, this is smart tag team wrestling, Dave. Using the referees for your own advantage. Getting in Cody 45's face, bringing him in, keeping the referee over there, and really blocking Extremo from being able to make that tag. Smart wrestling.
One of the things is when you're using a choke on the ropes, a guy like Tornado and a guy like Tyson Dukes, they know how to stretch that 5 count out to feel like it's in there for 15 or 20 seconds. Really, as you saw at the very end of that 5 seconds on the ropes, Tornado jumped down and dropped the feet again into the throat just to give that one last choke to the throat. Really sort of rubbed that rope on the Adam's apple the wrong way. And look at this now.
Wheelbarrow suplex, and again, Extremo getting jumped right in the back. God, I don't know if he'd be able to take it much more. And, the referee might have to think about stopping this match because you don't want to see some guy get injured permanently.
2 count only now. As Tyson Dukes not able to hold down Extremo. The slow, methodical style of TNT, wearing thin. As Extremo now flips over and lands on his feet. He's got a sleeper hold now. Trying to change the pace of this match. Trying to give the upper hand back to the Suicide Kids, Extremo.
And Duke's trying to reach for a tag, but wow, Extremo pulling him away from the corner. Smart move there.
Trying to wear down Tyson Dukes. I think he'd be wise to try to make a tag to Cody 45, who's got probably a lot more gas in the tank.
I think so. Sometimes, Dave, you're just relying on your gut. You're not exactly 100% sure where you are, and you got to do whatever you can to try to just stop the beating.
Duke's calling for the end.
Yeah, he's in a dangerous spot right now. Duke's setting him up for a back suplex off the top.
Look at this now. Extremo twists the body. 1. Wasn't able to leave the weight down on the shoulders of Tyson Dukes. Had to roll off.
Yeah, he's in too much pain. He's got to make a tag here.
Maybe the most important tag of the match. In comes Cody 45. Off the ropes now. Springboard Hurricane Rana.
Cody on fire. What a beautiful move. And he's rocked Tyson Dukes.
Now whips him into the buckle now. Reversal. In goes Cody 45 up over the top of Tyson Dukes. Big drop kick sends him back into the buckle. And in comes Tornado, and he goes clotheslining into his tag team partner. And what's this? Oh, sends him face first into the Well, the family jewels of the Dukeses. Look at this.
Yeah, welcome, Tornado, meet little Tyson. That is an unpleasant situation for both men. And wow,
The running bulldog.
The running bulldog.
Look, ducks under, rolls him up. 1, 2. Gosh, the frustration got to be setting in. But Cody now looking for everything under the book and under the sun. A big clothesline. 1, 2.
Well, he was on that apron for a long time, Dave. He's completely fresh, and right now he's taking it to Tyson Dukes and Tornado. And
well, you saw when he wasn't able to get that 3 count, he looked at the referee with kind of a little bit of frustration in the eyes and said, man, come on, you got to get a better, quicker count than that. And look at this now. Double team maneuver, well done by the Suicide Kids. 1, 2. Extremo not able to hold down Tyson Dukes for the 3.
Extremo still holding the back. You can see the injury that he's got through his head right now. He's still feeling the effects of that beating he took for several minutes earlier.
A side Russian leg sweep by Extremo. Quick cover now, hooks the leg. 1, 2. Maybe not enough weight on the shoulders. Not able to keep Tyson Dukes down. The Extremo back to the corner, tags in Cody 45. The legal men now, Cody 45 and Tyson Dukes. And they whip Dukes into the buckle, whip him hard. Double team effort here. In goes Extremo, throwing the knee. And here goes Cody sky high, flying forearm into the side of the head.
Good tag team maneuvers here by the Suicide Kids. And wow, they've got Tyson on his back for 1, 2. Thought it might have been 3, Dave.
Almost a 3 count and almost a victory that the Suicide Kids have been needing for 5 months to sort of vindicate themselves as a tag team and really take the next step in their careers. This is a hurdle that they definitely need to get over.
Oh, absolutely. They're so motivated. They want to do it. And what better place to do it from the biggest crowd that they've wrestled in front of in their careers so far. The place that's going to go off the roof, or blow the roof off this building if they can pull it through. But wow, Tyson, smart move.
Oh my God, a chop block from behind. Tyson Dukes had the referee distracted. Tornado now comes on in and gives his team the advantage. That is a veteran move right there, and that's where the upper hand is going to come in.
Exactly, that's where the experience comes to the forefront. And wow, the Suicide Kids have been grounded. They were mounting a comeback, Dave, and now I think it's almost over. They're working on that knee.
That chop block was disgusting. That looked ugly. You could have separated his kneecap from the rest of his body. Look at this now. Just red. Oh my God. Knees down now. Cody 45 is going to be in a bad place. He will not be able to rely on that high-flying skill with a gimp leg like that. Now Tornado working on that leg again, takes him down.
Yeah, and this is the mean streak that you're talking about, Dave. This is Tornado. Look at him. You can just see him smiling while he's kicking on that knee and now mocking Extremo. Just giving the chance for a double team back on that leg, maybe.
Oh, look at this double team move. Trying to get Extremo out of the ring. He's got to keep a cool head. And look at the leg drag down. As Extremo now in a very, very bad place, not able to get in there to help his teammate Cody 45. And oh my goodness. Just maniacal.
Smashing that knee in a sideways position on the apron.
Extremo, if he really wants to help his teammate, he better just stay in the corner.
Well, this is where the youthful aggression comes in, and it's not helping his partner at all right now. But these guys are emotional and completely unlike Dukes and Tornado in this situation.
They seem almost like ice in there. Like they just don't care. They're just completely stone cold to everything, and there is no worries in their minds. They're just going to work on that leg and just take out Cody 45, and a drop kick takes down the young high flyer.
And going back to that smart move by Tyson Dukes.
Look at this now, running drop kick takes down Cody 45, who rolls all the way to the outside.
Oh, and Tyson Dukes again showing some cockiness, showing that, hey, these guys, they know where they came from, they know where they're going, and Cody 45, Extremo, you guys are just obstacles, minor obstacles on the way.
Look at this referee cutting off Extremo, not able to get over there to help out his partner. Another double team move. Where are they going? Taking him over to the guardrail. Please, somebody's got to get in here. This is not right. And they crotch him right on the top. And what? No, come on. Somebody stop him. Oh!
A chair to that already hurt leg.
Torn ligaments, broken kneecap. We don't know what the damage is, but look at this now. Extremo saw the whole thing. Referee had his back to him. Tossing the chair down. Cody 45 is in the worst possible position at this point.
Yeah, and the referee's really going to have to take a look at that knee. He might have to consider stopping this match. I don't know how much more punishment Cody can take right now.
Well, he's dancing on one leg. We don't know the extent of that injury, but oh, it is not good. It does not look good for the Suicide Kids at this point. Duke's back into the ring now. Steps over top and just stares down
just
Extremo.
Nonchalantly picking up that leg. Just ready to put some more punishment on. And this is why, Dave, it's moves like that, it's tactics like that. This is why 5 months later, you know, the Suicide Kids have not been able to beat these two.
Now Tyson back over the top, and look at this! Shoved over the top rope. Cody desperately needs to make a tag. He's got to get back over there. Can he do it? Can he do it? Not quite.
No,
pulled back by Dukes.
Caught him.
Look at this, back to the leg, back to it, and oh no. Just stretching that leg. We don't know, as we said, the damage. And Extremo just had enough. He just had enough. And the tag back to Tornado.
The referee's still dealing with getting him out of there and allows TNT to make the tag.
Ooh, look at that. He's just ripping the leg into two pieces right in front of our very eyes. How much more damage can Cody 45 take to that already injured leg? And look at this again, Tornado just sort of a whirlwind move.
Just spinning the muscles in a clockwise or rotary position. That's just not healthy for a knee. And again, Dave, I think the referee's going to have to start taking a closer look at Cody and see if he's able to continue this match. This could cause some major damage to his knee.
Well, at this point, it seems like TNT is just picking him apart and just having a good time about this now. Oh, they just toss him down, using the leg as the launching point. And Cody 45, you're right, Bob. I think the referee's got to step in here. At some point, he's got to use his own discretion and maybe stop this match. But then at the same time, do you really want to put that decision in your own hands and not let the Suicide Kids fight their way back?
I don't know, Dave. At some point, you got to start thinking about these guys' careers, the longevity, and it's going to do nobody any favors, especially the Suicide Kids, if Cody can't walk for a long time after the match, if there's permanent damage to that knee.
Well, it seems like that's the goal at this point for TNT, is they want permanent damage done to the leg of Cody 45, and I think that they're playing on the fact that the kids will not give up. I think they know that the Suicide Kids are going to fight their way no matter what they've got left in the tanks. And look at this! You see what I mean? Cody 45 out of nowhere. He's got nothing in that leg. He tried to stand and he just dropped.
You can see that he planned with a DDT, but unable to really capitalize on it because of that knee. It's just taking so much abuse for the past several minutes in this match.
Cody has desperately got to make that tag. And he does it! Here comes Extremo. He ducks under Dukes. Big clothesline takes down Tyson Dukes. Sets him up, Irish whip off the ropes. Extremo in control. Back elbow takes down Dukes, and Tornado is way out of the position in the corner. He's now in no shape to help out his partner Dukes, who has just taken some furious punches and chops from Extremo.
Yeah, Extremo House of Fire in there, and he's taken all that energy, all that frustration about not being able to help his partner. He's just laying into Dukes.
A big hip toss now. Extremo now in control. Looking to the corner. And Cody 45 is in no shape to help. Big springboard, look at this! Oh, in the last possible second, Tornado comes on over, and I can't even see Cody by the ringside area. I don't know where he is.
I think he might be lying on the ground, Dave. They might have to get some medical attention out there for him. But in the meantime, oh wow.
Look at
Tornado
this
just went ground and pound. Got Extreme on just an unfortunate situation here. And again, the veteran duo of TNT just taking over. This 2-on-1 advantage. Just the numbers game. It's just they're dissecting the Suicide Kids one at a time.
Well, it looks like Cody 45 has been taken to the back. I can't see him. I'm pretty sure he was taken to the back for medical attention. I was trying to watch what was happening to Extremo, and by the looks of it, I think I'm getting word now that he is in the back. Cody 45 being tended to. He's no longer part of this match. So it's now Extremo left to fight for his own, and a top rope superplex by Tyson Dukes taking down Extremo, and a huge splash. This is over. 1, Are you kidding me?
Unbelievable. Tornado wants to deliver some more punishment. Again with the ground and pound, mounting Extremo and just laying him with some heavy, heavy shots to the head.
And they know at this point, now that Extremo is all by himself, that they have got the match in complete control. And a big punch to the side of the head, and there's nobody there.
Going for tagging his partners in the back. I don't know how much more he can take of this, because the abuse that these two have put on him in a 2-on-1 situation, it's just unthinkable. And the crowd solidly behind Extremo right now, but I don't know if it's dead.
And look at this, a table now. Oh no, this is going to get super dangerous very quickly. You know what? Referee has got to stop this match. It's a 2-on-1 situation at this point.
Yeah, as much as I like the aggression of these two, I think they got to know when to draw the line. They got to know when it's being taken too far. The referee's got to maintain some control here. This is just not right.
Seems like this match is turning like almost like a no disqualification scenario. The referee is just allowing this to happen. And you know what? I think he knows how much the Suicide Kids have riding on this match. And I think he knows that it's going to be a match of the year candidate here for Blood, Sweat, and Tears. I think he just knows that he doesn't want to be the one to decide the fate of these 4 men in the ring, and now it's only 3. Cody 45 has been taken out of the picture by TNT. And look at this now, Extremo battling back.
Trying to fight for literal survival right now, because if they would have put him through the table, it would have been over.
Well, look at this now. Extremo with a steel chair of his own. Oh, a huge shot to the back of Tornado.
Well, I guess turnabout's fair play, but no, again, the numbers game. Look, he just got kicked in the back by Tyson. And,
are you kidding me?
Well, he threw that chair back like a rifle. Just shot it right in the head. Unbelievable. And Tyson is laid out, and he's on
one more
just
time
staggered.
Now. Extremo. Oh, and he's busted Tyson Dukes wide open. That chair to the side of the head was shot out like a cannon.
Oh, it just ricocheted. I'll tell you that. Look at the welt on that head. That's unbelievable.
Oh my good, he is bleeding really badly. Look at this, the blood dripping onto that table.
Oh, it's called Blood, Sweat, and Tears, Dave. There's the blood right there.
Oh, you're not kidding. And the crowd oh, look at this.
Oh my God.
Cody has made his way back to the ring. Picks up the steel chair.
Well, I'll give him credit, but boy, he's got guts. I'm not sure if he's just running on emotion. Just running on emotion right now, but he just leveled Dukes with another chair shot.
And look at this security, and I mean the folks that helped Cody to the back are back at the ringside saying, "What are you doing, man?"
They should take him back, because he's still. You can see that he can barely walk on that knee. I don't know if it's worth it, but.
Well, they're going to put their career on the line.
What is he doing there?
Cody is making his way to the top rope. They're going to put everything they have on the line here. They don't care. They desperately want that victory. Cody up to the very top. Are you kidding me?
No way.
Oh my God!
Jesus! Oh,
flying elbow.
Drove him through the table onto the floor. What a high-risk maneuver. I can't believe he would do that with his knee, and you can see he's almost passed up from the pain from that knee.
The playing level has extremely been evened at this point.
And the crowd going insane. A flying elbow off the top turnbuckle, driving Tyson Dukes through the table on the floor.
Oh, and look at that gash on the head of Tyson Dukes. That is nasty.
Back in the ring, Tornado just kicked that taste out of Extremo's mouth right there, and he's again with that chair.
Tornado back up to his feet with the steel chair now. It seems to be just him and Extremo left. Misses it with the steel chair. Big kick now, takes down Tornado. Pulls him away. What are we going to see? Extremo calling for the 450 splash.
Oh, if he hits it, this is one of the most brilliant moves in BSC. If he can hit it, he might 5 months in the making, just might come true.
He nailed it, the 450.
Wow.
1, 2, 3, the kids did it! The kids have finally done it in an absolutely monumental match in Blood, Sweat, and Tears. The Suicide Kids have defeated TNT.
Wow, who would have thought after that war, Dave, that the Suicide Kids would have walked away, emerged victorious, and finally slayed the monkey on their backs that they could not get rid of, that they've finally beaten TNT.
unbelievable victory, and this has got to be the biggest win in the entire career of the Suicide Kids. Huge victory over the Mentors, as you said, finally getting that monkey off their back. Suicide Kids, you cannot be not impressed with the victory by the Suicide Kids.
That was just brutal match. I can't believe the violence in there. Tyson Dukes busted open, can barely walk. Cody 45 barely walked with his busted up knee. Dave, these guys, all four guys gave it their all, but give credit to Stu. The Suicide Kids have finally climbed that mountain, finally gotten past TNT.
An unbelievable night here as Invasion Timmins continues, and this, the Suicide Kids, the most emotional victory that we have ever seen in Blood, Sweat, and Tears, finally get the victory over their former mentors, over their former friends, TNT. Man, what a match. They used chairs, they used tables, they used everything they had in their system and more. As we follow up that amazing tag team match between the Suicide Kids and TNT, we get the ladies of BSE featuring WWE signee Chantel Taylor. Here she is, Bob. What do you got to say about the young, beautiful bombshell, Chantel?
Dave, beauty, yes, but still, wow, what an athlete. The WWE is lucky to have her, and you know what? Quite frankly, I'd be lucky to have her too.
Anybody would be lucky. Chantel Taylor, a tremendous talent, and she has got one thorn in her side that she wants to get rid of before she heads to the WWE for good, and that is, of course, Tiana Ringer, who's going to be featured in this match as well. There she is.
The long-time feud between these two. This is really Chantel's nemesis. The one who has been the most jealous, the one who has been the most unsupportive of Chantel's signing, because frankly, Tiana thinks she should be the one who got the contract.
She does, and here's Tiana Ringer's opportunity to send Chantel Taylor out on a negative note. She wants to send her out with a loss. Tiana makes her way into the ring and is no slouch in her own right. She's a tremendous talent herself, but she's just always seemed to be in the shadow of Chantel Taylor. And speaking of shadows, both girls are going to be in the shadow of this girl physically. This is an unbelievable specimen, as Vanessa Craven is going to be introduced in just a second.
Yeah, she's really the one factor in this match that neither girl can plan for. Just wait till you see when she comes out of that curtain. The size of this girl, Dave, is just phenomenal. It's mind-blowing.
Well, she made her debut in Blood, Sweat, and Tears in a fatal four-way match with a woman's touch. She was a last-minute addition to make it a five-way match, and she dwarfed competitors like Ash, and she dwarfed competitors in the match, and she really is a giant when it comes to the women's division, and really can compete with anybody in the ring, male or female. Look at the size of this woman.
This is unbelievable. The power that she's got, the strength in her body. Wow, she's probably one of the biggest competitors in all of BSE, not just in the women's division.
And let's be honest, well, I hate to say it, please don't tell her I did, but it's a bitchy attitude.
Absolutely, Dave. She does not like anybody.
No, she absolutely doesn't, and she's here to prove a point that she is the most dominant female in this business, and she also has quite the point to prove by taking out both Tiana Ringer and Chantel Taylor. This is a triple threat match, and wow, we're looking forward to it.
Now, you've already seen in Timmins tonight the best of BSE has to offer. Still more to come. Now you've seen the best that the women have to offer, and wow, you know what? Some people dismiss women's wrestling as, oh, it's a bunch of no-talent divas. Not here, baby. This is BSE. This is wrestling at its finest. Man, woman, child, anybody. Well, no child.
Well, no children. Yeah, I was going to say, but I was going to let you leave it alone on that one. But Chantel Taylor, Tiana Ringer, Vanessa Craven. Would you like the kids division in BSE? I don't know, Bob.
Dave, again, not touching that one at all.
Lucky. Referee Dave Litton now checking Vanessa Craven to make sure she's clean. Checking the elbow pads, and you never know what's loaded in there.
Really, what is she going to be able to conceal in an elbow pad?
Are you kidding me?
He just wants to touch her.
A number of things. Well, referee Dave Linton is is a very responsible and professional official. But do you ever notice that he's always the referee for every single women's match that has ever happened in BSE? How does he get these assignments?
I don't know what he's doing, right? The owner of this company must owe him money or something. But, yeah, for some reason, he's always in the action with women.
Oh, it's very true. And now with quick go behind. Look at this, Chantel Taylor now working on Tiana Ringer. Tiana now with a reversal and go behind of her own. Chantel with a cartwheel.
What this isn't to get out of that hold. And
oh, look at that!
Tiana tried it, but Chantel
stereo cartwheels, and she does it again, holding on tight. And Chantel Taylor with the upper hand now comes off the ropes. Tiana Ringer now sent down.
Beautiful flying head scissors takes Tiana Ringer down to the mat.
Oh, and a huge chop to the chest. Chantel missing the clothesline, taken in by Tiana Ringer now. Sets her up and measures her with a huge chop. Pretty and punk is Chantel Taylor, and she's tossed into the corner. Tiana Ringer now licking the hand. Oh my goodness, that's going to leave a mark. Tossing Chantel into the ring, she springboards up. And a head scissor takedown. Chantel Taylor with a cover, 1, 2.
And double hooks the legs, going for that leverage to get the 3 count. Can't get it done though. Still maybe a little too early in the match.
Oh, and down go both competitors as Vanessa Craven walks in and says, there you go, how do you like them apples?
Out of nowhere, Vanessa Craven makes her impact, makes her presence felt in this match, taking out, just steamrolling over both women.
Oh, and Chantel Taylor now trying to battle the Giant. And the kicks and punches really just seems to anger the big Giant. Vanessa Craven takes a knee.
Wow, gets her down with that low drop kick. Oh, and takes some boot of her own. Unbelievable. Tiana Ringer. Now, Tiana Ringer's got the advantage over both. A big stomp to the back of the Giant.
Oh yeah, Tiana Ringer does have a martial arts background as well, and you will see that come out in her arsenal. She's got those educated feet, much like Trent Powers, and there you go. Another big kick from Tiana.
She's wearing the same kind of flashy pants, too.
Oh, that's right. I don't know if they share the same tailor or not, but here's Chantel Taylor. The punch now to Vanessa Craven, trying to take her off her feet. Those are big feet. Forearm to the chest. And able to take her down. Here she goes, trying to fill her up, and Vanessa still not able to go down. And look at that big chop.
But it's just like a chopping a mighty oak tree. Vanessa Craven's just not going down.
Craven now whipped into the corner. Hits the buckle hard. Chantel Taylor comes all the way in, but takes a forearm. Big clothesline. Down she goes, and now Tiana takes Vanessa Craven in. She's going to give it a shot to try to get the big monster Vanessa Craven off her feet. Look at this, a roll up now. 1, 2. Taylor almost sneaks a victory out.
Oh, Chantel, I think that's really what Chantel and Tiana have to do is try to avoid the clutches of that the gorilla-like paws of Vanessa Craven and just try to work on each other. But wow.
There you go, showing that power again, just ramming Chantel Taylor into the turnbuckle, laying her on the top rope. Oh, big elbow to the midsection. Again and again now. Vanessa Craven.
Oh, just holding like a Barbie doll, just throwing around with just so much. It's so easy for her just to throw around the opponents of these smaller ladies.
And a 2 count now. Vanessa Craven, possibly the most dominant female that I've seen in the ring in a long time, and she very, very well could be the biggest and baddest in all of BSE. And really, when you talk about women's competitors in Ontario and in Canada, the best of the best happen right here in BSE, and they come from Squared Circle Training, they come from all over the world to be part of this event. And here we are in Timmins now. They get to see the 3 best women in all of the province, as I said. And look at this. You get Tiana Ringer, who could be an international superstar any day of the week. Chantel Taylor, signed by the WWE. And Vanessa Craven, who's just probably a huge win away from being noticed by some very big people. And look at this, a huge suplex.
Absolutely, Dave. So many fantastic women wrestlers have come from Toronto. Trish Stratus, Gail Kim, who has been in BSE. Tracy Brooks has been in BSE. And these 3, none of them are slouches. WWE bound Chantel Taylor just took a mighty chop. But the quality of women's wrestling in Ontario, particularly in BSE, is unparalleled.
Look at this now. Tiana Ringer having issues with some of the fans on the outside. She better watch herself. This is a one-fall finish, and if she doesn't get in the ring and interject herself, we could see Vanessa Craven or Chantel Taylor steal a victory from Tiana, who really had nothing to do with it. Now sends her off the ropes. Handful of hair, sending Chantel down to the mat hard.
Yeah, maybe that's a smart strategy by Tiana, is try to avoid getting pummeled by that giant Vanessa Craven and go for the sneaky shots.
Look at this now, double team effort from Chantel and Vanessa, taking Tiana over.
Yeah, a little bit of cooperation by between Chantel and Vanessa.
I wonder how long that's going to last. Vanessa Craven with a boot to the midsection. Chantel getting a moment to relax by the looks of it. And looks like the two of them are working together.
I don't know, relax more, catch her breath, and again, try to stay on the Giants' good side.
Looks like a hand is being extended by Vanessa Craven, saying, yeah, you know what, let's get rid of Tiana Ringer, and let's work on this match ourselves. And, well, looks like we're going to see a handshake, perhaps. Look at this. Vanessa, maybe a change of heart. What do you think? Oh, there you go.
No.
Stevie Wonder could have seen that one coming.
What a behemoth she is! She's not gonna try to team up with one of the girls. She wants to prove that she can beat both of them. And look, she's gonna try to do it simultaneously.
Tries to pin both, and both girls able to kick out. The crowd getting behind Chantel Taylor now. Vanessa Craven back up to her feet, warning the referee. And she's had it and wants a quicker count. And a punch to the midsection now. Both girls back up to their feet. Tiana and Chantel working together now. Yeah, that's an odd sight.
Well, I think they've realized that as much as they dislike each other, they're going to have to take out the biggest competitor in this match, take out the biggest threat.
A double team suplex. They were able to get Vanessa Craven up and over. Now looking for a second one now. Lift the big girl up. Not quite. Hooks the leg.
Wow, she blocked a double suplex.
Look at this. And a double DDT taking both girls down.
Oh, and the crowd letting Vanessa know what they think, and they do not like her.
No, they think she sucks, according to what they just said.
Well, that was just that one little kid.
Well, that's true. Tiana back up to her feet now. Tries to chop again. Vanessa Craven not going anywhere. Oh, my God. Now all three ladies trading chops. A double chop to the back. Oh! There's every woman for herself in this match. Look at this, the kicks now. The clothesline. Chantel Taylor has got that extra energy in her hand. And look at this now. And the leg lariat taken down. Tiana Ringer on a boot to the midsection.
That slows her down, and Vanessa would
oh my goodness.
Powerbomb maybe?
Oh, and a sit-down powerbomb. Vanessa Craven, kick to the midsection.
Oh, and a running soccer kick.
The roll-up, 1, 2, 3.
Unbelievable.
Give the nut to Tiana Ringer.
Tiana Ringer sneaks her way, lets Vanessa Craven do the damage on Chantel, and sneaks in a pin.
Very crafty, very big win for Tiana Ringer. Sends Chantel Taylor home with another loss under her belt. And really, hey, what can you say about Tiana Ringer? She did the right thing. She jumped in when she needed to. Vanessa Craven, an unfortunate innocent bystander in this match.
Well, not necessarily an innocent bystander, really give the assist to Vanessa Craven. She did the damage and just really allowed Tiana to sneak in there. Brains, beauty, and brawn. Tiana Ringer's she's got it all.
Well, maybe an unwanted assist, I suppose. I think Vanessa Craven would much rather have the pinfall victory over Chantel Taylor, but well, she'll take what she can. I guess she goes away as a loser in this match, but didn't get pinned. Really, maybe the last time we see Chantel Taylor here in a BSE ring. We got to say great congratulations to her for being signed by the WWE. She is off to do some great things in her career, and we are glad to have her here.
It is now time for tonight's main event.
Huge reaction for the hometown hero, the the representative of the entire country of Canada, NWA TNA's Showtime, Eric Young.
He said it earlier, Dave, this is the only place he doesn't feel scared, he doesn't feel paranoid, because he knows that every one of these people, all of these fellow Canadians, have his back.
Absolutely, and he's going to have his hands full in this match with the Vanilla Killer James Champagne. And, well, we heard it earlier tonight, the alpha male Monty Brown has injected himself, and now it's a triple threat match for the main event.
Yeah, I know this is not pleasing Champagne at all. He had planned to take on Eric Young. He had no idea Monty Brown was just going to come on in.
Well, when he decided to make it a triple threat match, I think he had it in his mind that James Champagne and Monty Brown were going to be teammates, they were going to be partners, and they were going to help each other out. But now it doesn't seem that that's so much the case, as Monty Brown is ready for a fight, and he's not afraid to bury Showtime, and he's not afraid to bury Vanilla Killer James Champagne either. We await the arrival of the alpha male, Monty Brown, coming to us straight from the Serengeti. He is a monster. He is definitely quite the sight. There he is.
Wow, and the crowd going nuts for this guy. Dave, do you think that anyone in Timmins has seen anyone like Monty Brown before?
I don't think so. He's a former NFL superstar, a Super Bowl champion, and now we find him here as a member of NWA TNA and a member of the Blood, Sweat, and Ears roster. This is the alpha male, Monty Brown.
Two TNA wrestling superstars in one match. BSE, again, bringing you some of the best wrestlers in the world to your town, in this case, Timmins, Ontario.
Look at the size of this guy. What a monster. He calls himself the most dominating animal on 2 feet, and let's be honest.
There are no others. I am him, he is I. You're looking at the Serengeti Slayer.
Wow, hey, strong words from the alpha male, Monty Brown. And I'm no one to disagree with him, Bob. I don't think you're in a position to disagree with him. Monty Brown really is a sight to see.
Oh, absolutely. And Dave, I'm just in awe on how big this guy is, and just in the intensity that exudes from every pore. You know he wants to take someone on, he wants to fight, he wants to hurt someone.
Here we go. Now, are all those things true?
Well, Dave, that doesn't even scratch the surface. Did you know that he also pitched the World Series Game 7?
He did not. He did not pitch the what?
He told me that he was a quarterback for the Super Bowl championships, not unlike Monty Brown winning the Super Bowl. He's got 3 rings, I hear.
What?
He's absolutely. He told me that he was the co-pilot of the first transatlantic flight.
Are you kidding me? He did not.
He absolutely did. And hey, he's got no reason to lie to me.
He also told me he invented Rice Krispies. I didn't believe him then, and I don't believe him now.
I heard that's true, actually. Oh, the accolades for this man go on and on and on. James Champagne, he's the real deal, baby. People dismiss him as being a cocky, loudmouth, brash, obnoxious guy, and that's true, but he's also one heck of an athlete. He's held his own against so many TNA stars, and these two, he told me earlier, just before this match was going to start, that these two are going to be no exception.
Well, he does hold victories, let's be honest, over NWA stars like Abyss, Bobby Roode. He holds a victory over ECW alumnus Tommy Dreamer. Let's be honest, Vanilla Killer James Champagne has quite the resume. Rhino is a man he's defeated in the past. P.D. Williams, he's looking to defeat Showtime Eric Young here tonight, and Monty Brown. Like, hey, he does have that resume that does speak for itself. He's just obnoxious and just a pain in the ass.
But when you're that good, Dave, it's not obnoxious. It's confident, and it's, hey, proud of your accomplishments. He told me he once slammed Andre the Giant.
He never slammed. I'll tell you right now, I don't think James Champagne ever slammed Andre the Giant.
Again, I'm only going what he told me.
Well, James Champagne definitely likes to preach his accolades and likes to let you know just how good he really is. And he believes that he is the real Captain Canada, and that's why he has such an issue with Team Canada of TNA. Always seeming that he deserves a better position than they have. Maybe a jealousy thing, let's be honest. As they lock up now and into the ropes. Champagne gets a 5 count to break it. Oh, and he chops Showtime Eric Young. Oh, and a big chop of his own. Showtime on his way back.
Showtime delivering a chop of his own, followed up that with a couple shots.
And takes a back elbow into the jaw area. But look at this, the athleticism of James Champagne. Big drop kick, very proud of himself. Very proud that he was able to take down Showtime Eric Young. And there's now a boot to the lower back. You are watching a triple threat match. The alpha male Monty Brown, Showtime Eric Young, and the Vanilla Killer James Champagne. This is the main event of Invasion Timmins. 1,500 people strong in the Archie Dillon Sports Complex. Checking out the action tonight. Man, what a great night for Blood, Sweat, and Ears in Invasion Timmins.
Making the company's debut in this town, and you know that the fans, based on the reaction tonight, Dave, you know that BSE is going to be coming back.
Well, an announcement was made earlier on tonight in front of the live crowd that September the 30th will mark the return of Blood, Sweat, and Ears to Invasion Timmins. It'll be Invasion Timmins 2, and it'll feature Captain Charisma, Christian Cage. Wow. Unbelievable. So you know the Blood, Sweat, and Ears has made its mark in Timmins and can't wait for the second time around. And look at this. We're not even done the first night. The alpha male Monty Brown makes his first official appearance in the match, taking on Showtime Eric Young at this point. Looking to lock up. A little test of strength by the looks of it.
Two TNA superstars. I don't think they've ever locked up in that company, but they're doing it here tonight.
And a definite size and strength advantage for Monty Brown, trying to play a little bit of a mind game with Showtime Eric Young, trying to get his head out of the game. And look at that boot to the midsection. Was able to get the upper hand now. Big side headlock now.
Lamps on a big headlock.
Whip off the ropes. A big shoulder block. You are not going to take down Monty Brown.
Anything he does, the power he's got, is just going to hurt you.
275 pounds of just complete muscle, taking down Showtime Eric Young. Skip over and a leapfrog. Down goes Showtime. And look at this, the Luthez press. And the fist now.
Fucked off by the powerful Monty Brown. And in comes the Vanilla Killer, and out goes the Vanilla Killer.
Oh, look at this, setting him up now. Huge clothesline, takes Showtime well over the top rope. But he held on.
Skins a cat.
Look at this now. Head scissor takes Monty Brown to the outside.
Beautiful move by Eric Young, getting Monty Brown, the alpha male, over the top to the outside, hitting the floor hard.
Showtime now with the support of the crowd as he takes down Champagne and Monty Brown. Both needing a second to regroup by the looks of things on the outside.
Yeah, and who would have thought, Dave, coming in, that Showtime would be the one standing there while Monty Brown's dazed and confused on the floor.
Well, you never know. I mean, the wrestlers from all over the world, especially in TNA, always talking about Blood, Sweat, and Ears and how much fun they have when they do venture north of the border. And this is the company that people want to work for. Blood, Sweat, and Ears is the place to be in Canada, and definitely quickly becoming a powerhouse in all of North America as Monty Brown makes his way back into the ring, talking about powerhouses. And look at this, all three men now jockeying for position. And down goes Champagne, and Showtime now. Oh, man, just back and forth. Oh, here you go. Here's that double team that we worried about.
Trapped.
Big chop now, and Champagne now with a boot, and he's sort of instructing Monty Brown to lay the beat down. And I don't think Monty Brown is going to disagree with that. The big kick to the side of the head.
No, Monty Brown doesn't care who he gets to beat up as long as he's beating up somebody. And James Champagne doing the smart thing, letting Monty Brown do the dirty work. He's seen in the earlier match that Tiana was able to use Vanessa Craven to her advantage. He's hoping to do the same thing. Let Monty Brown beat up Eric Young, then sneak in for the pinfall and the victory.
Well, I hate to say it, but probably the biggest thinker in this match is James Champagne, and he's definitely going to use the mental advantage to try to get Monty Brown to do the dirty work for him, as you mentioned. And Showtime Eric Young is unfortunately in a position where, well, neither one of these guys like him very much, and they're ready to do the damage.
No, and you're talking about intelligence. You are talking about James Champagne. He discovered penicillin, you know.
James Champagne did not discover penicillin. I don't know where you're getting this stuff from. Monty Brown now working on the outside on top of Showtime Eric Young. What is it with you and James Champagne? I don't get it.
Why are you such a hater?
He lifts him up now, drops him throat first across the guardrail. Showtime Eric Young in a very bad place right now.
And Monty Brown, cocky, and he knows that he's got Eric Young hurt. He's jawing the crowd. He's beating up Eric Young. Wow.
Back first into the side of the ring. Monty Brown is instructing the crowd to move, and look at this.
Oh, this is
We have
dangerous.
about 20 people jumping out of the seats.
Gonna throw Eric Young right in the crowd. This is
bad news. You better spread out of the way.
get out of his way, people.
And Monty Brown needs some space, and look at this now. Grabbing Showtime Eric Young. He has spread the crowd out of the way. He's going to toss Showtime into the crowd. And
Are you people that stupid?
playing the mind games with the crowd.
Well,
Come on.
They do live in Timmins.
Hey, what are you talking about? Timmins is a great city.
I do what I want when I want.
Home of country legend musician Shania Twain. Let's be honest here. You know you have a few Shania Twain CDs at home,
Oh,
Bob.
absolutely I do. It's also the home of, well, the former Leaf Bill Barilko.
He disappeared, didn't he?
Well, I would too if I lived in Timmins. I'd be kind of embarrassed about that.
Tag into James Champagne.
I
Now
would
goes for the
not
quick
be
cover.
embarrassed if I were James Champagne, though. Almost gets the 3 count. I told you, Dave, he was going to let Monty Brown do the work and go for the quick pinfall victory.
Well, look at him scolding Monty Brown, though, for not getting the work done because he wasn't able to pin Showtime that game. James Champagne better watch himself. And the crowd now all over James Champagne once again. Scoops up Showtime. Big suplex showing the power. He is no slouch. Champagne takes him all the way over.
Yeah, I can't believe the disrespect the crowd are giving towards James Champagne, someone who won a Nobel Peace Prize.
You know what? Enough. James Champagne only able to get a 2-count Nobel Peace Prize. What's wrong with you?
Showtime now!
Look at this now. Fist now. Showtime making his way back. Only quick poke to the eye slowed him down.
See, no matter how much momentum you have, a poke to the eye is always going to stop it. And wow, Brown comes in with a thunderous shot to Showtime.
Almost like he has no problem being the hired henchman, the guy to come in here and do the damage. He said he came to Timmins for a fight, and that's a long way to come from the hometown in Michigan. He made his way all the way up here for a brawl, and well, you're getting it.
Oh, it's just punishing Showtime. Laying him out on the middle rope, choking him out.
Oh my goodness, the fists from the former NFL superstar, Monty Brown now to the side of the head of Showtime Eric Young, who's just look at this, he's just taking punishment kicks and forearms and chops. And Champagne again letting Monty Brown know what he wants him to do in this match. Champagne better be careful. He knows he's the intellectual superior in this match, but he's got to be careful because Monty Brown can only take so much.
Yeah, after a while, I think Monty Brown could take out his anger and frustration not only on Showtime, but also on James Champagne.
And here we go, another whip into the buckle now. Monty Brown in complete control of this match.
Just dissecting Showtime, just taking him apart in the corner with those big stomps.
Monty Brown now, big shoulder, and what a night this has been for the fans in Timmins. An unbelievable event. This is Invasion Timmins #1. We've already planned Invasion Timmins 2, and we're so excited to be part of this great event here, brought to you by Timmins Crime Stoppers and the great people of Timmins. So excited to be here, and you know, Blood, Sweat, and Ears is definitely going to make a return to Timmins, as we said, September the 30th. But hey, big things coming for Team Canada, big things coming for BSC, and big things coming for Monty Brown, James Champagne. Hey, everyone's on the upswing here in BSC. Let's be honest, Bloodthirsty.
Oh, absolutely. I think the one thing we got to do is we got to make sure we come back because someone's got to get T. Gomez out of jail.
That's a good point. We didn't even think of that. Spending the night in jail, he kicked off the night with a loss. And, well, you said you brought bail money for him, so I hope you didn't spend it at the concession stand. Monty Brown, look at this. Sets up Showtime, whips him into the buckle. Oh, Showtime goes high. Oh, shoulder to the midsection. I can't believe he had enough of the mind to... Look at this now.
With some speed, and
Where's he
now
getting this from?
Oh, he got caught with a big spinning elbow.
I don't know if it was the elbow more than the shoulder and the back, and he just sort of ran into a brick wall known as the alpha male Monty Brown.
Oh, when you run into a massive humanity like that, it doesn't matter what body part you run into. It's going to knock you down, and it did, and Showtime is feeling it.
Champagne looks on from the corner, and a cover. Well, Champagne doesn't even seem to be interested in actually getting a victory. He just doesn't want to get in there right now with Monty Brown being in the state that he's in. Now a choke now. Referee's got a 5 count. He's got to break that before he gets to 5. We see Monty Brown disqualified here. This is the main event for Invasion Timmins, and Monty Brown wants to send the fans home. Well, impressed is really the word. He doesn't care whether they like him or not.
Impressed, intimidated, and wow, this match started off, Dave. It was originally supposed to be a one-on-one contest. James Champagne against Showtime Eric Young. Monty Brown, wow,
Goodness.
Monty Brown coming in saying he's here to fight, and yeah, made it a 3-way. And much to the chagrin, I would say, of Showtime Eric Young.
Just whips him into the buckle. Massive clothesline. And I think Champagne, he made the blank tag, and Monty Brown didn't even know it.
And this is the mind games of James Champagne. Again, going for the easy cover. Couldn't get Eric Young down, but now he can throw on a little casual beating, if you will, before going for another one.
Well, he's sort of picking his spots in the match, figuring out when the best opportunity for him is to get into the ring. And now Monty Brown sent back to the outside. Champagne, like I said, he thinks he controls Monty Brown in this situation. He thinks he's the one who controls just when and where he wants Monty Brown to get in there and take out Showtime. But who's looking to get the energy back from the crowd, fighting, using all his will to get back up to his feet, to take back and fight for another day here against James Champagne. Look at this now.
Well, you can't do that to the King of France.
Unorthodox move. Showtime Eric Young now. The front atomic drop, inverted, and now Monty Brown makes the tag. He's the legal man. Now Showtime just with nothing left in the tank. Oh gosh, he's got to deal with another brick wall. Here he is, Monty Brown, lifting him up, huge suplex.
Wow.
The cover now, 1, 2.
The power of the alpha male just picking up Eric Young and heaving him over his head.
King of France. Monty Brown now in complete control of the situation. He's almost toying with Showtime at this point. Crowd trying to get behind Showtime Eric Young and give him a little bit more emotion, trying to get him to work on the adrenaline that he's got in that system. Monty Brown now applies a choke. Referee Dave Linton telling him he's got a 5 count to break it.
Yeah, and the crowd, as you said, Dave, solidly behind the Team Canada member. They want him. Wow, what a homecoming it would be if he could squeak out a victory. But right now, he
doesn't look likely. Let's just be honest.
I don't know how he's going to compete with over the head suplex. Just through him.
Oh, and look at, oh my goodness. I don't think you want to do that to the alpha male.
James Champagne just made the biggest mistake of his life.
Just lays a boot to the lower back of Monty Brown, and Champagne now sort of mocking Monty behind his back.
Well, if you're going to make fun of Monty Brown, that's the way you want to do it, is behind his back, because you're not going to do it to his face. Wow,
Showtime coming back now.
Taking
Look at this. He made the tag, and for the first time, Showtime Eric Young has made a tag, and now the 2 legal men are Monty Brown and, well, the vanilla James Champagne.
James Champagne could die right now, Dave.
Oh, he is not happy. And look at this. Monty Brown now brings him in the hard way. Champagne taking a fist now from Monty Brown, who is not going to stop at anything. He's going to take out Champagne. Look at this now. Boot to the midsection. Huge clothesline.
Oh, rips his head off. Monty Brown does not care. He'll beat up anybody. If it's Eric Young, yeah. But James Champagne's in there now, and guess what? He's going to take a beating too.
Scoops him up in a beautiful powerbomb.
He picked him up, Dave, pressed him into the powerbomb position, then slammed him down hard.
Here's a 2 count. This one is... That was as close to a 3 count as you're going to get, but Showtime Eric Young just able to break it up at the last second.
I don't know how that could have been any closer. Eric Young breaking up that definite would have been 3 count.
Now all 3 men down on the mat. Monty Brown looks like he took a double axe handle to the back of the head. Looks like he's in a world of hurt right now. Showtime looking to the crowd, making his way back to his feet.
Eric Young came in at a blistering pace, just like a lightning bolt, just back Brown in the back of the head, and now he's doing the same to the face of James Champagne.
Whips him off the ropes, back elbow, sends Champagne down to the mat, lifts him up, Irish whip into the buckle, comes back in a huge back body drop. Monty Brown now missing a clothesline, Showtime with a jawbreaker, and now fist to the head of Monty Brown, and a boot for James Champagne, setting him up. Big DDT spiked him. Down goes Champagne in the cover from Showtime 2, and Monty Brown breaks it up just before the 3 count. Showtime Eric Young.
Returning the favor from when Eric Young broke up the count earlier, and now Monty Brown has got Eric Young against the ropes, misses a clothesline, and
oh, we caught him again. Look at this, Showtime now. Tossed overhead, and you got to feel like it's coming on. Monty Brown from the Serengeti. Oh, he's calling for it. This is what I was worried about. He's going to set someone up for the pounce, and he will be victorious if he lands that pounce.
I don't think anyone's ever gotten up after taking that pounce, and well, it looks like Showtime is his victim of choice.
Oh, here he goes. Sets him up off the ropes, and looks like James Champagne at the last second was able to take Monty Brown out. Look at this now.
And James Champagne might have actually done Eric Young a favor, because it would have been over.
Tilt-a-whirl, look at him to set him up for a tombstone pile driver. This could be it, but Showtime, he's got a tombstone of his own. Set him up for the wheelbarrow. Here he goes. The wheelbarrow neck breaker, he got it. Can he get him? 1, 2. He got him, the 3 count. Give the nod, an unbelievable victory. And hey, I'll be honest, I did not give Showtime Eric Young very much of a chance to win this match, especially with James Champagne and Monty Brown seeming to be on the same page. The victory goes to Showtime Eric Young.
Got to be considered an upset victory, but wow, what a victory for Team Canada member Eric Young. Brilliant, beating James Champagne and the alpha male Monty Brown.
What a main event, what a night it's been tonight. Invasion Timmins, Bloodthirsty Bob Kapoor, Dave Lazard ringside. Thank you guys so much for being here. Timmins, get ready for Invasion number 2, September the 30th, with Captain Charisma, Christian Cage. And oh man, the fans getting sent home happy tonight. This is Showtime Eric Young's big crowning moment at home. Thank you guys for watching. This is Blood, Sweat, and Ears.
That camera out of my face, chump. You know who you're talking to right now? You have the privilege and the pleasure to be face to face with the most dominating, the most devastating, the most destructive male on the planet. And all you idiots get to see him too. The alpha male. He is I and I am him. The alpha male is he, and he is definitely me. That little fiasco out there, that was nothing. All I'm doing is warming you up, Showtime. I'll tell you what time it is. It's alpha male time, because you're no show. And Champagne, you're going to be real bubbly when the alpha male gets done with you, because I just got started, and the alpha male is all night long. The next time the alpha male comes to BSE, Blood, Sweat, and Ears, what is that? The alpha male will not only dominate his opponent, the alpha male will not only grab his opponent by the jugular, shake him loose, and leave him laying, leave him dying on his Serengeti. But I'm gonna take Showtime Eric Young and let him know what real fear is all about. And how am I gonna do it? These idiots know how I'm gonna do it. That gray-haired American wannabe, American Idol, he knows how I'm gonna do it. And now you know how I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna take each and every one of you BSE Omega males at the bottom of the food chain and show you what it's like to be at the top of the food chain, where the alpha male remains. And I'm gonna do it with the bouncer. Period.
Timmins, Ontario. You know, it feels great to be home. It feels great to be back in Canada, where I started, where I cut my teeth. You know what? Timmins, Ontario, we were partying. We were having a good time. Alpha male, James Champagne, you felt what it's like to be introduced to Showtime Eric Young. And when I said, there's no time like Showtime, I proved it tonight. On September 30th, hey, who knows? Maybe I'll come back and we'll walk the streets of Timmins together and we'll have a party all night long and we'll have a great time just like we did here tonight. Timmins, Ontario, thanks a lot. Showtime Eric Young. And remember, there's no time like Showtime.
The powers that be here at BSE wanted me to tell everybody what I thought of my match tonight. Well, I'm not gonna.